Hey gamers, this is Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire, and today I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter preview of Warp's Edge. This is part of the new Solo Hero series from Renegade Game Studios. And it's a bag builder in which we are a ship who needs to defeat several enemies, including a big boss, all the while working on the contents of our bag so that we can draw better attacks and better evasion moves as the game goes by. The first thing we're going to be choosing for our game is our ship. I'm going with the Artemis, which is a fairly balanced basic ship, but there's another option on the back of that card, and then there are also a few other choices in the box. Each ship is going to have a shield value and a hull value. Of course, if your hull is totally depleted, you have died. If your ship has a special ability, it'll be listed down here. You get turn details, which are the same for everyone, and then you will also get a blueprint for how to lay out your special action tokens in the game. So here's the token mat, which is going to serve as our market. We've placed out additional laser tokens, additional energy tokens, and additional maneuver tokens, which we'll be seeing a lot of throughout the game, but also a special configuration of tokens that spell out the word power. Not all ships have the same options when it comes to power tokens, and this yellow token right here that has an E on it is actually entirely unique to Artemis. So when you play with different ships, not only do they have different stats and different special abilities, but the configurations of abilities they can purchase on tokens throughout the game is going to be different, which gives the game some variability. We'll encounter them in more detail as we play, but again, these are just lasers that you fire at enemies, do damage. These are energy. They're used to purchase shield recovery or various powers or tokens throughout the game. So as you can see, there's an energy cost for everything you might buy. These are maneuver tokens, so they allow you to outmaneuver an enemy ship instead of attack it. And then here are power tokens. This particular P is called Photon Blast, and basically you place it between two enemy targets and it does 2 damage to both. This O is called Overdrive. You place it between 2 adjacent targets and it counts as 1 maneuver against both targets. So these are both tokens that let me hedge my bets when I have adjacent enemies. This W is called Warp Ahead. It lets me draw 3 tokens from the bag and then add them to my pool. So if I'm digging around for something in my bag that I want, or I'm looking for a little extra attack, etc., I might play this token in order to draw extra tokens. E enhances my special power. Basically, if I draw some tokens, I can choose either energy or laser, and I can exchange any number of tokens of that type that I have drawn in my pool with tokens of the same type, but with the next higher value. So if I drew a couple of 1-cost lasers, I could play this token to change them into 2-cost lasers. And then this R stands for Retrofit. We can activate 1 skill card, which we're going to look at in a moment, and I can use that skill card this turn. So normally skill cards have a cost in tokens, but this one kind of lets me do it for free as long as I do it this turn. So these are the tokens that I can purchase throughout the game. What I'm going to do first is set up my bag. I have some starting tokens. There are 10 of those that are going to go in. And I'm also going to take 1 of my special tokens from the supply and put that in my bag. So my initial bag setup has 11 tokens in it. So the last thing I'm going to do for my own setup is gain a skill card. So the way that's going to work is I'm going to draw 2 skill cards from the top of this deck, pick 1, and then one I don't choose goes to the bottom. So my first potential skill is a palm device. This one says I can choose 1 token from my pool and remove it from the game, and then gain 1 token from the supply. So basically I can have a pretty tight bag potentially with this by constantly cycling out weaker tokens in exchange for stronger ones. I like that. The next one is going to be Explosive Rhythm. Tokens I gain from evade rewards this turn go directly to my pool. So normally when you gain a token as a reward, it goes into your bag, but in this case, I could choose to put it in my pool instead. So the cost of this card is only 1 energy. The cost of this one is 2. I can see myself using the palm device very consistently every warp, so I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to keep this with my ship, and then Explosive Rhythm is going to go to the bottom of the skill card deck, and we'll revisit this deck later. All right, now let's get our Nemesis set up. I'm just going with the Dread. It's difficulty 1, and there are several different difficulties available. So, there's difficulty 3 on the back, sort of like a duo, Jesse and James. And then you have a couple of other bosses that you can choose to fight. Each boss does have its own different rules it's set up, so I'm going with the Dread partially because I feel like it's got the most standard rule set, although they really do all play differently. So up here on the top left, you have the number of warps I have in order to complete this task. So by the end of the 4th warp, if I've not defeated the dread, I'm going to lose. Here's where we have instructions for how to set up the enemy deck. So the enemy cards are set up in colors. So you have red, orange, and yellow minions to fight, and this is going to tell me how many I want of each type. So I know that at the bottom of my deck, I want 3 red enemies, so 1, 2, 3. The rest can go back to the box. Then among the orange enemies, I want 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then yellow, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my deck. And there are also some special rules about the dread. So we know that it has dreaded strength. So once one section has been defeated, attacks from the remaining sections each deal 1 extra damage. Once 2 sections have been defeated, attacks from the remaining section deal 2 extra damage instead. So basically what happens is that the remaining parts get stronger after you eliminate parts of the ship. This has stun resistance, so the mothership cannot be stunned by lasers, but still can be stunned by maneuvers, so that's good to know. Basically, when you attack an enemy, if you don't kill it, you still stun it, so it can't attack you back. And there are 2 different types of tokens that you can use for that. One is laser, which won't work on here. The other is maneuver, which will. We also have protected. This mothership cannot attack or be attacked until all enemies from the deck and row have been defeated during the current warp. So that means in order to even start attacking the dread, I need to work my way through this entire deck, and I need to do that before the warp ends, and I have to reset my bag. So it's actually a tall order, even for a level 1 enemy. Well, I'm ready to play. This mothership is protected, so I'm just going to show you we're on warp 1, and we'll move it back for now. And let's go ahead and have our opening market of enemies. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 bad guys out here for us to start chewing through. And don't forget, in order to win, we're going to have to get through this whole deck before we can even attack the main boss. So we have to figure out how to be efficient with our tokens. So I'm going to draw 5 and see what we get. All right, so let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so here's what we are going to do. This E token right here is my special token that only this ship gets to have. And what we're going to do with it is we are going to spend this in order to upgrade both of these 1 level lasers to 2s. So basically I just got stronger from having that token. So now what we're going to do with those is we're going to decide which enemies to go after. So I think I might let myself get hit this turn. I don't really want to jettison any of my tokens, but I also sort of feel like I don't want to just stun everybody and do nothing either. I got to think about that. The other thing I need to think about is the kind of attacks that I want to do on each of the enemies, because if I go for laser, I'll get a different reward than I do if I go for maneuvering. And it does matter. It does make a difference. One thing I do know is I definitely want to take out this Reaver. I'm going to go ahead and spend both of my lasers on it. So we're going to take the Reaver out, because what the Reaver gives me is a P token, and I really like those. So what this token will let me do, I'm going to put it in the bag, I can't play it now, is you basically place it between 2 enemies, and it attacks them each for 2 laser. So that's going to be coming up on a future turn, and that's excellent. Now I have to decide if I want to, I don't want to take more than 1 hit, to be honest with you. So I need to also be planning for what rewards I want. So I think what I want is I'd really like these level 2 laser tokens on these guys, but I'm thinking about what's in my bag, and I think how many maneuvering tokens are there in there? All right, so now we have these 2 maneuver tokens left. I'm thinking about what I want. I'm gonna stun this guy, and I'm gonna stun this one. I think that's the right call. So I'm gonna get attacked by this Fury, but it's gonna be okay, and then I should be able to take out most of these guys in this next turn. You start out pretty weak in the game, and then you have to really build up from warp to warp. So my goal is to get more tokens. And so my eye is on picking up more tokens for my bag. All right, so the spider is going to be, so now we're going to go into the enemy attack phase. The spider is going to be stunned. So he doesn't attack me, but he's not dead either, and we move the token to the top of the card. The Fury is going to attack me, and this is actually really unfortunate. I'm going to have to jettison a token, and that sucks. But what will happen is when you first get hit, you get hit to your shields. When you get hit to your shields, you have to get rid of a token from your discard. So one of my sweet lasers is already gone, but c'est la vie. And then again, the Viper is not able to strike because I stunned him. So now we're going to draw 5 more tokens from the bag and see what I get. All right, so with the token draw, we're at the beginning of a new round. So what's going to happen is we're going to have the enemy arrival phase, and this enemy is going to arrive. Hello, Scout. So now let's figure out what to do. My goal is to get the most useful tokens possible in this round, I think, it's going to be my big aim. So here's what I definitely want to do. I definitely want to get the level 2 laser that is promised by this Viper. I also do not want that token draw. I mean, it just kind of seems like a waste. So this guy is dead. These go into discard, and the Viper goes into discard. I also get to take my level 2 laser token back. So take that, Viper. So now we got to figure out what to do with the rest of these guys. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do for sure is we're going to play this power token between these 2 ships. So that's going to be 2 laser damage to each of them. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 1 to this guy, so he will be dead, and he's going to discard. And I will get a level 1 laser token in my bag. And then I gotta decide. I guess since we're reaching the end of the warp, I might as well just kind of go for broke. I'm going to kill this Fury and then see what comes out of my bag, because I can get 3 more token draws, and I want to do something with my palm device, even if I get a little bit hurt by the Scout. So let's go ahead and draw 3 tokens. So 1, 2, 3, and that actually worked out rather well, if I do say so. So we are going to use this 2 to kill the Scout. So he's gone, and I'm going to get a level 1 laser as my reward. So that'll go in my bag. And now I'm actually in a nice situation because I'm going to spend this 1 energy for my palm device to jettison this from the game. But basically I can choose 1 token from my pool and remove it from the game. So I'm going to remove this energy token. But I also get to gain 1 token from the supply. And it just says gain 1 token, which means any token could come from the supply. So now I want something cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab a 3-level laser because why not? I totally can. Fantastic. That goes in my bag. And then I just have this token left over. I'm going to put this in what's called the hold. My hold is a size 2, so I can store 2 tokens here from warp to warp, from turn to turn. And that number can change depending on the shift that you have. So I'm going to put that one right there. And we would have an enemy attack phase, but we wiped out those enemies, so it's not too bad for the first warp. So now we've reached the end of the warp, and we're going to have some end of warp cleanup. What that basically is going to mean is that except for the tokens in your hold, all of these tokens from your discard and everything go back into the bag. So here are all my tokens from the discard, plus the 1 from the palm device, and they're all going to go back in my bag. The other thing that's going to happen is that all of these enemies that we defeated, you shuffle them and put them back on top of the deck. So next warp, when we hit some more difficult enemies, those will get mixed in. We're also going to adjust our warp level up. So we are going to have only 3 full passes through the bag, remaining to go after the Dread, which is somewhat dreadful, to be honest with you. And then we're also going to pick a new skill card. So we're going to do exactly what we did at the beginning of the game, which is we're going to draw 2 off the top of the deck, keep 1, put the other on the bottom. And now for my favorite part of warp cleanup, which is picking a new skill card. Just like at the beginning of the game, we're going to take 2 off the top of the deck, and I'll get to keep 1, put the other on the bottom. So let's see what we get. All right, so we have an Energy Bolt. This card counts as 5 lasers against 1 target, but cannot stun. This effect lasts till the end of the turn, and you power it with 2 lasers. That sounds pretty good to me. And our other option, not bad. So you may assign energy tokens to targets as laser tokens this turn. I mean, that's okay, but I'm definitely taking the Energy Bolt. And we'll put the upgraded battery on the bottom of the deck. So now we are ready to actually start Warp 2. So let's go ahead and put out our enemy lineup. So we got the Reaver, the Viper, the Spider, and the Fury. All right, so let's draw our first 5 tokens and see what we're going to be able to do about these guys. All right, so we got some new tokens. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that is an energy. All right, this actually looks pretty good, especially with the 1 laser token that we put in the hold. Putting things in the hold is actually a pretty nice little strategy in this game. So let's go ahead. Here's what let's do. I would like to do this. Let's put this token here. And we'll go ahead and take this card out for another of those power tokens that I like so well, and that'll go back in the bag. Fantastic. And then let's go ahead and put, I'd really rather have the maneuver rewards, but it's just not in the tokens right now. Let's do this to kill. So this will be 1-2, and the Viper will die. So this will move here. We'll get to draw 3 tokens, which isn't the best, but we'll just do what we can with it. So let's see what we draw. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 tokens. Okay, so this could actually be worse though. All right, let's go ahead and use these 2 maneuvers to take out the Fury, which will give us 1 energy token and 1 level 1 laser. So that's actually a nice little combination of things to put in there. It's not high power, but it's more stuff for the bag. All right, and that actually leaves us with enough to kill the spider, which we will go ahead and do. That'll get us another level 1 laser token. It could have been a level 2 if we'd done a little bit better, but that's okay. And now we have these left. All right, so we've got these 3 tokens, and we still have this level 1 laser in the hold. So that's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and put this 2 back in the hold. And we're going to spend our 3 energy tokens, and we're going to buy another one of these level 3 lasers, because why not? All right, so now this is the enemy attack phase, but there's no enemies to attack us, which is pretty awesome. And then let's go ahead and put out our next ones. We'll have an enemy arrival. Actually, should have drawn 5 tokens first, but that's all right. We will go ahead and take care of that now. All right, so we got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think this is what we're going to go ahead and do. Let's spend this energy token, and we're going to use it to activate our palm device. We're going to just jettison one of these level 1 lasers entirely from the game, and we can trade it for any other token from supply. So I'm going to go ahead and take another level 3 laser and put it in my bag, because I like powerful lasers. What can I say? I might need to get some maneuver tokens soon too, but that's all right. So now I'm going to spend this, this E token, and we're going to upgrade these 1s to 2s. So now I have 2 level 2s. I also have these tokens in the hold, which is really good. So let's see what the best thing to do might be. I would prefer not to take a bunch of damage, so I could do a lot of stun. All right, so this enemy cannot be attacked by value 1 lasers. This enemy cannot be stunned by lasers, so that's going to be rough. I could go for some token draw with Torment and see if I can pull one of my maneuvers to deal with that. That might be good. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and kill the Torment with these 2 level 2 lasers. So Torment goes into discard, and I get to draw 3 tokens, which is probably going to get rid of my next warp turn, but So we'll draw 1, 2, 3 more tokens. Okay, so it's actually not too bad. Let's go ahead and figure out what we want to kill and how we want to kill it. I could power up the energy bolt and then hit something really hard. That actually sounds like a fantastic idea. All right, so here's what let's do. Let's power up the energy bolt. We're going to use it to activate. This will go into discard, but we hit the Berserk for 5. Let's make it 6. All right, so now the Berserk has been destroyed, and we're going to get an R token, and those are pretty cool. So this R token is going to go into the bag, and it's going to let us activate one of our skill cards without paying the cost on a future turn. We also have these 3 tokens, so this isn't the most useful right now. Let's go ahead and put it here. Let's attack this with the laser and just kill it off. So the scout is dead, and I'll get a little level 1 token in my bag. And then let's go ahead and stun this one with a maneuver token. So that way he is just stunned. So now it's the enemy attack phase, but he's not going to hit because he is stunned. So this will go up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw some more tokens. So actually it feels like I have exactly 5 left in the bag, which is awesome. All right, so yes, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, this has been a pretty good warp. So we're going to plot some more enemies. Like you do. Ooh, these are scary. And as you can see, there's only one card left. So we're going to need to be able to get through all of these and then at the boss in order to win. But this is actually not too bad. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, I think. Let's figure out how we want to apportion these out. I would like to get more tokens in my bag, and that's a priority for me right now. I also don't want to get hit too bad. All right, so this guy has to get stunned or else we're just totally screwed. He deals 4 damage to your shields. If your shields are 0, it deals 1 damage to your hull instead. So let's not have that little party. Let's go ahead and we're going to stun these 2 ships. So that's 2 damage for each of them. And they're both going to be stunned. Then, what reward do I want the most? I really want one of these O tokens, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this P would go over here, and we killed the Juggernaut. It goes into discard. We pick up one of these O tokens, which is great for the bag. Then I have these left. We're going to put this into the hull until later, the hold. And then I have 2 2s. We're just going to use them to stun these guys. So during the enemy attack turn, they won't attack because they're stunned, but we also don't kill them and don't get any rewards. And with that, there's only 1 token left in the bag. It's the end of the warp. So we're going to go ahead and do some cleanup. So that means that all of these tokens from my discard are going to go back in the bag. Then these guys are all going to go back in the bag. These would have gone up to the top of the cards, but I knew I was going to clean up. These guys will get shuffled in with all the other cards so far and put back on top. We're going to advance the warp by 1. Hopefully we can make it through more of this deck this next time and maybe even take a shot at the big boss. And then we're going to pick another skill card. So let's go ahead and take 2 off the top. A Dazzling Flare, evade 1 enemy but do not gain the reward. Home Away from Home, refresh 1 exhausted skill card. Now that sounds like it might be up my alley. So let's go ahead and just kind of scoot this stuff over a little bit. I'm going to take this one. Refreshing an exhausted skill card means I can get double use out of something? Heck yes. So that was our skill cards, and now we're ready to start Warp 3 out of 4. All right, let's get down to the business of Warp 3. So let's move all this down just a tad. All right, then let's pull our 5 tokens. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got our 5 tokens, and let's see what we're gonna pull off of this deck. Ooh, it's a rough one. Let's go. Okay, then. Here's what we've got. We've got the Torment, the Berserk, the Siphon, and the Goliath. That is a lot. That's a lot. Okay, I know I'd like one of these W tokens. What can I do? All right, I think thing number 1 to do is actually we're going to go really bold. We are going to activate the Energy Bolt. So we'll just turn it sideways for now. And that'll do 5 damage to the Goliath, and let's just do another 3. So Goliath is out. We got him. And that 3 will go into the discard. But that's good because it gives us a W token. And what these do is they give you extra 3 tokens to draw. And I'm going to need that, especially going towards the end. So that's a good thing. Okay, so now what to do with the rest of these guys. All right, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put this O token between these 2. Maybe between these 2. We'll put this O token between these 2. I like that better. And then these will be both stunned, which is good because this one does a ton of damage and this one can't be stunned by lasers, so we don't want to do that. And then let's go ahead. Ooh, I know what to do. Let's stun this thing with a laser, but let's go ahead and use these 2 tokens to take out the Siphon because these rewards are really good. So this will just move over here. The Siphon will be dead. And we're going to get a level 3 laser token. And then this question mark of this nature means that I get any power token that I want from the supply, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and take that level 3 laser into the bag. All right. And then I get to pick a power token. Ooh, so many good choices. I think I'm going to snap up another one of these dual maneuver ones because I like those quite a bit. So that'll go into the bag. Nice, okay. So now we're going to go into the enemy attack phase. And this one's not going to attack because it is stunned. This one's not going to attack because it is stunned. Now we're going to draw 5 more tokens and start another round. All right, so now I've got another 5 tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we can work with this, I think. Let's see what comes off the deck. We're going to have our enemy arrivals. So just a little spider and then the silence. Okay, so let's figure out what to do with what we've got here. I think the first thing I want to do, I actually want to use Home Away from Home. And we're going to refresh our energy bolt. So we'll have it to fire again if that's what I decide that we need. Because it can't hurt. We could stun everybody, but I want to do a little better than that. So this one needs 3 damage to die. This one needs 6, 3, and 4. How many cards are left in this pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. We got our work cut out for us, my friends. All right, so let's figure out what to do with our tokens that remain. I know that I want to do some stunning. All right, let's do this. I think we're gonna get hit a little bit, which I can more or less live with. It's unpleasant, but okay. I just wish I could take out more stuff in the meantime. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and power up the energy bolt again. So we'll go ahead and use it, even though I know there's another nasty enemy waiting in there, but oh well. So we're going to go ahead and use it, and we're going to use it to just kill the silence. And that'll get us a level 2 energy token for our bag, which is not bad either, because we should probably be buying stuff. I haven't had a very high energy turn. Let's go ahead and put this P, let's put the P here between these 2 enemies, and we'll go ahead and use this level 3 laser to destroy the torment. Actually, I'm going to do that. Let's not even use the P yet because we haven't drawn the tokens. So let's use this 3 to destroy the torment, right? So this is destroyed. Torment goes to discard. The reward for that is 3 more tokens. So let's just see what we draw. Maybe something interesting will happen. All right, so we got 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's really interesting. All right, let's go ahead and use this. We'll upgrade these 2 lasers. So now these are 2s. That's convenient. That is convenient indeed. So let's go ahead and use the P. Then we are going to go ahead, so that's 2. Let's go ahead and do 4, 6. Knock out the Berserk. This will all go to discard. This will stay here. And we'll take an R into the bag, which is nice because it'll help me just activate more free more stuff for free, which is good. I'm going to keep this 1 here in the hold and see if it does anything for me. Now for the enemy attack turn, the spider would attack, but he's stunned, so he's just going to stay like that. Let's get 5 more tokens and see what happens. All right, so here are our tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this looks like it's got some potential, and then let's push the cards back out. So we had 1, 2. Ooh, I don't remember what position the lion spider was in. I think it was the 4th one over. If not, oops. Okay. All right, so now what to do? I have ideas. I always have ideas. Let's go ahead and play, let's play this P here, and it'll actually knock out both of these enemies because this has already got 2 on it. So these are both dead. Let's say the Viper died first. Well, the Viper and the Spider both die. The Spider's going to give us a +1 to the bag, but I'll keep that to the side because I really would like to draw the 3 for the Viper first because it would have, if resolving left to right, that would have died first. So let's pull 3 tokens. All right, so I pulled 3 tokens. We got 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, that's a killer little turn. So here's what I'd like to do first. This is risky, but I want to use this token to activate the palm device. We are just going to go ahead and ditch this level 1 energy to get any token from the pool. I think that I would like to turn it into another, ooh, let's make it a level 3 energy, actually, so I can just buy another token the next time this comes around. So I'll put that in the bag. So maybe I'll have a buy turn coming up. That could be kind of cool. Maybe. And then, so we use this 2 to buy another maneuver token because I'm kind of low on those. And now let's figure out what to do with the rest. So let's just go ahead and knock out the Juggernaut straight up. Because I can, and why not? So that is... So that's over. So that one's gone. I'll get an O token, which is kind of nice because I really like these. So that'll go in the bag. And then let's go ahead and just knock out this Reaper. So that'll get us our last P token. Those are also great, so that'll go in the bag. This gets discarded. This gets discarded. We would have enemy attacks, but there are no enemies to do any attacking, so that's out. And then we only have 2 of these cards, 3 of these cards left. Okay. I should have drawn first, but I know I have more than 5 in the bag because I've just been adding like crazy. And this would have gone to the hold. Getting ahead of myself, but we're okay. We're on track. I don't think that there's enough for a whole 2 warps in the bag. I feel like feeling it. I'm probably going to get out 5, and then it'll be like a little bit left. Let's just draw and see what we get. All right, so here's my first 5 tokens. Okay, so let's go ahead and do... Let's put this between, so that'll kill the scout. And that'll get me an energy token for my pool. Then let's go ahead and kill the Fury using the other maneuver. And then that'll give me an energy and a little laser to go in my bag. So now we have this guy. Woof. Okay. I don't know if I can kill this thing. What a bummer. Oh, it would have been so cool to be able to get it. I'm going to be all in the last warp to kill the Dread. I don't know if I'm going to win. But we'll do our best. Okay. So here's what I should do, I think. First things first, let's draw 3 more tokens. Okay, so this is going to be a nice fat buy round for me. All right, let's go ahead and just put this on here to stun him for 2. Because if I buy a bunch of crap, then I'll have enough for another warp. And who knows what I could do at that point. Okay, I'm trying to be clever here. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to spend this 3. We're definitely just going to get another level 3 laser. Because what else does one do with 3 money? Come on now. So that'll go in the bag. We have another 3. Let's get it. Let's get another level 3 laser and see if I draw that out the bag next turn. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that is what I want. Let's go for the level 3. And then this 1, let's just go ahead and save it. Yeah, we'll just, well, yeah, we'll save it. Okay, so the Apocalypse is stunned. It's got 2 damage on. So it didn't attack us, but we have 1 more warp to go at this and hopefully a little bit at the Dread. We got to do something about the Dread because, oof. All right, so what will we do? We'll draw 5 tokens. That's what we'll do. All right, so let's see what we got. Hello, I'm seeing red. Okay, so this thing has 2 damage on it. I have to do 9. So let's make it 3, 6, 9. Okay, awesome. So the Apocalypse is gone. That was excellent. This will all go into discard. And the reward for that is 1 token of any type from the supply. So let's go ahead and grab something cool. I think what I'm going to want, I'm going to get another one of these draw 3s. So that if I'm in the last round against the big boss, well, do I want this or do I want another laser? Probably let's do a draw 3 because I want to make sure that I have, you know, some options. All right, so now here are the tokens we have. I'm going to leave this energy right here for now. But here were our options, including this thing from the hold. So we know that you can't stun me this stuff with a laser. So I'm going to get hit for 2 no matter what I do. But I'll also be able to do some damage. The problem is it won't last because of the warp. Well, isn't that inconvenient? All right, so I got rid of the Apocalypse. So I'm just going to get smacked by this thing anyway. Oh, that's such a bummer. All right, so let's use this to stun at least 2. And then, you know, we'll just give it the college try. We could have done more damage. That would have been cool. But we couldn't. All right, so now it's the enemy attack phase. So these 2 parts of the ship are stunned. And these 2, well, this isn't going to be enough damage. It's 4, but it won't stay. So that's a bummer. But that's all right. So it's going to hit me for 2. So I'm going to take 2 damage to my shield, which means I need to jettison 2 tokens from my discard pile. So let's see what I want to get rid of. So here are my options. Let's just drag them all over and have a look. All right, so here's all my discards. I've amassed quite a collection by now, you might have noticed. Okay, so I'll get rid of 2 of these. Let's get rid of... What will I regret the most if I can't do it? Okay, I'm not going to be doing too much more upgrading. This is mostly worthless depending on what I draw. So I'm actually going to get rid of my special token. And then another one, let's get rid of one of these because I'm going to have the energy and the maneuver to handle stuff. And I don't want to give up any damage at all because this is going to be a fight to the end. All right, so with that, I don't have any more tokens to draw. So this is the end of the warp. This is all going to go back in the bag, as are these tokens here. And this 1 energy is just going to hang out. Okay, so that is the end of warp 3. We'll move up to warp 4. Ooh, this is getting tight. And we're going to shuffle all the enemies. And we're also going to get a new skill card. So let's do it. So perfect plan. The tokens you buy this turn go directly into your pool. I mean, that's cool. Cleaner Bot Steve. Return 3 tokens from your discard to the bag. I 100% want a Cleaner Bot Steve. That's not even a question. Absolutely. Then Perfect Plan will go on the bottom of the deck. All right. So now we've got 4 of these sweet, sweet skill cards. We'll just have to remember that we got a couple going on here. Okay. So we're going to move this back up for now. Oh, I wish I could have destroyed a piece of it at least. Oh, man. All right. So let's see if we can pull this off. All right, so time to draw 5 tokens. All right, here's what we drew. Okay, that'll be interesting to work with. Let's see how it goes. So we have 1. Oh, hello, Apocalypse. Yikes. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is going to be our last warp, so we can pretty much go for broke in terms of getting hurt a little bit. Let me think. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2, because that'll take out, oh no, I don't want that. Wrong way. No. Let's do 1, 2, because that'll take out the Viper and the Juggernaut, both. So these will go into discard, and then these 2 will leave, but I get level 2 tokens for laser for both of those, and they go into the bag, which is definitely good. More lasers, happy me. All right, now I gotta figure out what else to do. Oof, I can't quite do as much as I want is sort of the issue. Let's do, all right, let's go ahead and use the energy. We'll spend it. Let's get 1 more fat laser token. Then, oh man. All right, we're gonna have to stun Apocalypse because otherwise we're gonna get wiped. And then I'm gonna just save this for the next turn. This isn't what I wanted, but we'll deal. So I've done everything I can with my tokens. Apocalypse is not gonna be able to attack me. He's stunned, so 3. And then Reaver is going to hit me for 2. I have to get rid of 2 tokens. Sadly, that means these maneuver ones. I guess at least I already spent them in my last warp, but that sucks. All right, so that's the end of that. We're going to draw 5 tokens, and then we'll start another round. All right, so 5 tokens. Let's see. All right, so the enemies are going to come in. You know what? Might be able to do something with this. Okay, here's the plan. I won't gain any... Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're going to take this R. We're going to do the energy bolt. For 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Apocalypse is out. Excellent. Now we can pick 1 token from the supply, anything we want, to reward ourselves, which sounds good to me. I think I just want another nice laser. I mean... I have a laser addiction. What can I say? So now, let's do this. Let's get rid of these 2 guys using... So Scout would have died immediately. And I would have gotten an energy token in my supply. Well, from the supply to my bag. And then I add this token and Fury dies. And that's going to give me 1 energy and 1 level 1 laser. Not the most exciting, but it's something. I'm actually out of energies in the supply. Well, the level 1 ones anyway. Now I have this Reaver. let's just kill it. Excellent. Okay, so the Reaver is now out. I don't get anything for it because we're out of these P tokens, but whatever. Reaver's out of the way, and that's important to me. So now I'm going to do this. We're going to play Palm Device, and we're going to jettison this other 1 energy token to take any token that I want from the supply. And I think what I'm going to want is another draw 3. Just in case we end up in a situation where I need to draw 3 and can't. Okay, sounds good. So Cleanerbot Steve is still active. We'll see what we can do with him. We'll pick something back from the discard pile soon, I think. Okay, so now we're going to draw 5 more tokens and start another round. And here they are. Okay, so we got a lot of attack. Could do something with that. Let's see. So we can draw 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, let's see. Looks like we're gonna get a little forced token draw here. That's okay. Here's what we should do, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and do 1, 2. So that'll kill both of these. Let's do it. Let's resolve it left to right. So Spider dice first, and I take a level 1 laser token into my pool, into my bag rather. So here's the token. And then Torment's reward is to draw 3 more tokens. So now let's put 3 out on the board. Here's our 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so actually lots of lasers, but that worked out pretty good. I guess that's what happens when you buy a million lasers. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To take Goliath out. We don't have any W tokens, but I can live with just getting rid of Goliath for now. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the silence. Awesome. And I get a 2 energy token that goes in the bag. I've got a lot of energy, which isn't amazing, but it's something. All right, we got 2 cards left here. And then we're going to spend the rest of our warp fighting against our big boss. Let's see if we can do it. So first we're going to draw 5 more tokens. All right, so 5 more tokens. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll put these guys out. Oof. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and play this draw 3. Let's draw 3 tokens. Because I want to see if I can get another blue maybe. So let's draw 3 more. All right, so here's our 3 tokens. 2, 3. Oh, okay. This actually worked out okay. Not great, but okay. Oh no, it actually is going to work out totally. I was looking at this. Okay, good. So here's what let's do. Let's use these 3 maneuver to kill the Siphon. Goodbye, Siphon. All right, so that's going to get us a level 2 laser and a whatever power token I want. So at this point, I guess I just got to take another robot one thing. So I'll just take this again, I guess. I'm out of power tokens for the most part. But a level 2 laser, never something to complain about. All right, and then I actually do have 6 energy left to take out the Berserk. So this is gone. Oh, actually, you should have taken the other token because I can't take an R, but that's okay. I made a mistake. That's fine. All right, so this is going to come down. Ooh, I can't attack it yet. All right, so I've got this last 2 energy to spend. I'm going to get whacked really hard by this thing on this turn. So what I need to do is I need to spend these and I need to buy some maneuver. And these are going to go into my token pool so I can maybe survive the next round. Because for now it's enemy attack and I'm going to get hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically if I get hit again, I'm so dead. So we got to make the best of this, my friends. All right, so let's give a good draw on that token bag and see what we can pull off. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we pulled. Okay, I think we can do something with this. We're going to have to use our draw 3 for sure. So let's do 3, 6. And that's awesome because that will destroy this part of the ship. That's just automatically want to do that, period. Let's go ahead and draw 3 before we decide the next thing to do. So I can draw 3 more. All right, so here's 3. Okay, all right, we can do something with this, I do believe. All right, So I'm going to get creative here. I'm going to go ahead and spend, even though this is risky. No, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 first and see what I get. So let's draw another 3. All right, so let's see what I've got here. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I can do something with this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use one maneuver to play home away from home, and we're going to ready this exhausted energy bolt. I think that's a very good idea, don't you? Okay. Then, because we're going to make it through another warp at this point, because I can kill one and block another, let's do this. We're going to go 2, 4, 6. So this will just go here. And then we've destroyed this part of the ship. Don't forget, however, that this thing cannot block. This thing can't be stunned by lasers. So I'm going to need to use this maneuver to stun it. So now it's stunned. Perfect. We're going to put this in my hold for now because I want to activate this laser, but I want to do it to kill it, not to just hurt it, because I think that just goes away at the end of the turn. And then I have this 2. Let's use it to use Cleanerbot Steve. So I can pick 3 tokens from my discard pile and put them back in the bag. So what do I want to put? So this thing is going to have been hurt for 2. I'm going to know that I can do another 5. The odds of me drawing another laser are pretty big, but let's go ahead and take 3 of my level 3 laser tokens and just put those back in the bag. So I might draw them because that'd be pretty sweet. Okay, so now it's the enemy turn because I'm out of tokens. I did everything I could do. So it would attack me, but it cannot because I stunned it with a maneuver. That's good because 1, I would die anyway, and 2, this thing does a lot of extra damage when more sections are destroyed. That's why it's called the Dread. So good news is it doesn't attack me because I stunned it. So these things are going up to the top. This is worth 2 damage. And then let's draw 5 tokens. I'm pretty sure it's all lasers, all the way down. All right, so let's see what we drew. All right, it wasn't all lasers. I do have an energy left in here. Haha. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, so this already has 2 damage on it. Let's do a little overkill, shall we? So we'll do 3 and then another 5. Pew pew! So we did 8 this turn. So now the Dread is destroyed and in the nick of time. We have won this game of Warp's Edge. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I certainly enjoyed playing it. It's a fun little bag builder, and yeah, it'll be on Kickstarter soon. I'll put a link in the show notes when the campaign is live. Happy gaming!